11/19, 2012. Time 6:31 a.m. Pacific time. What do we have here? We have the Dow up 100 handles. We have the Nasdaq 100 up 30 handles. We have the Nasdaq Composite up 33 handles, and we have that S&P 500 up 1373. This is supposed to be the time of year where you get a correction on all of these indexes. Nasdaq 100, they all had about, well, that one had a 10% correction. The Dow had about a 6-7% drop. These are relief rallies. And this is the Christmas time and the holiday season for Thanksgiving time. We will tell people once again that because of the fiscal cliff, it doesn't matter. Everybody, the markets can be forgiving on a relief rally. We have covered all of the bear funds for 2013 moving forward. One of the things that we want people to be mindful of, that this is what price volatility was going to happen. That means that, yes, we have sold off for several weeks, and after the new election, Mr. Obama won. This is what we call a short squeeze rally. It's contrarian. It's a light trading week. We will tell people, if you are smart and you are going to listen, you will sell into these rallies. 52% of the people remain on the sideline. I will show also here in this video, we will go to over the counter. We'll go to the primary session. We will take a look here at the percent gainers on the open. These are the percent gainers on the open. It's a slew of green, as it should be this time of year. Everything is green across the board on the opening bell. It's a massive volatility, upside volatility trade is what it is. The thing about it is, when we take a look at the listed stocks on the opening bell on the NYSE, where 50% of the program trading happens, is that we'll take a look at the percent gainers on the opening bell. We have a complete slew of green. We have had a bull run in 2012 with a year-end correction, with the pent-up demand out of Congress, Obama, and all of the leaders who are supposed to help the American people. We will tell one thing now on the gap open down. There was very little on the gap open down. And pre-market gap open up in the NYSE, we had nothing but a slew of green. When I go back to over-the-counter stocks, gap open up in pre-market was, you can see it changed from the open is where these gaps were now. Right here, GO. You had Apple up $13 on the gap. These are the gap open up column right here. It's a slew of green across the board. But let us not forget that volatility plays both to the upside and to the downside. And that people have a lot of pent-up hope and demand that the fiscal cliff is going to be averted. We're not going to talk about that now. We're talking about the opening bell. This is the opening bell. On the 5-minute opening bell, we have a complete record of it. We've got the Google trade up here to 660, up 1365. We got Apple on the open at 1565. I've got what we call a CBOE Google VIX chart that is coming down in value. When this goes down in value and the volatility, the VIX, that means that Google trades up. When I show the volatility index here, this is a 3-minute opening bell. I haven't showed the volatility one, but this is where we're hitting that wall of resistance on a 3-minute on Apple. Let us not forget, though, here is a Baidu trade that we're still looking at, that gapped up. It's been extremely oversold, but we haven't been doing much with it. However, I will tell you on this opening bell, it's a holiday trade. Friday is going to be a half a day. These options that I talked about buying, as far as where resistance levels will be on individual equities, we will be addressing accordingly. The call side was very deflated, and the put side of the market, the call to put ratio, was very inflated. Every time that we get into deep correctional selling, It is time to work off a 10% correction. Let's say you work off 50% of it and you're only down 5% of the 10% correction. That's what can happen in November and December. Let us be clear that the monster gap open up. The Thanksgiving gobble gobble trade is in play, and so is the Santa Claus rally. But the problem is, we have to deal with the Obama administration. We hit a high here, 65 highs there. We had 181 highs on the opening bell. We have other stocks that will be making ground. One of them that we'll be watching moving forward is this ISRG that's up 1335. We don't believe that in calendar 2013. It's a 2013 trade. Any movements up, we're going to be looking at how to get on the other side of these trades. I'm going to conclude that the gap open up started with these price levels in this column. The net change, percent net change, is in this column. And this is what we're supposed to get. But remember, from our research, people are going to sell and ask questions later. Any up movement to major resistance levels and new support levels will have to prove a consolidation base. Once again, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Enjoy your Christmas holiday. You're going to need it.